Good evening, guys. Welcome to our fourth day together in the challenge. What's right there? Okay, this is too much fun for me. How are you guys? What's up in your world? And yeah, how is this game with and new approach to entities showing up for you? This is very important to me as well to get to know how it's working and for me to be able to tap those points in your world that you may require. Today, after talking about potency the last few days, potency, perception, symptoms of entities, today I'd like to talk about more about light and heavy, which is a tool that you may know in Access. You're introduced to it thanks to the bars class. It's one of the key tools to perceive your knowing. How do you get what you know? You just ask and you perceive the lightness or the heaviness. The lightness is described as something that expands you, something that gives you relief, or like deep breath, or just like everyone feels it or perceive it in a different way. Okay, so what I'd like to ask you is to perceive it right away. You can ask even your body. Okay, put your hand on your body or just ask your body. Body, show me light. Body, show me light. Body, show me light. And at first it may be not that clear, but if you continue to ask, even the whispers of your perception will show up, or the whispers of your body. Some people don't perceive the lightness in their bodies, so that's how you get to know what's your way to perceive lightness. Asking what's light for you, and to so how do I feel light? How do I perceive lightness? Okay. Same does for heavy. Okay, heaviness. Heaviness may feel like a contraction or like oppression, or yeah, something that doesn't expand you. That doesn't give you that sense of like peace and calmness. Okay, that could be heaviness, and you can still ask your body or ask what's heavy for me. How does heavy show up for me, and so on. Try this for couple of times until you get clear what is heavy and what is light for you. That said, what does it mean light and heavy? Lightness is something that is true for you. And it will show up like light, even if it's a thing that you resist the most or like something that they're like, or very incongruent or unlogic, okay, illogic. Ask like, okay, is this light for me? Even if it's like, oh, you're suffering because of this, okay, or you have difficult times because of this. Like normally you wouldn't say like, oh, I feel light. No, but if you like, I suffer because my girlfriend did that. If that lightens you up, okay. And it's illogic, like how could you feel lightness after saying this, or it's not something that you like. It feels light wherever and whenever and whatever, okay? So what is light? What is light? This is something that is true for you. If it's not, if it's a lie to you, it's heavy. So please pay attention even when like people in classes talk or people at work talk or people in your family talk. Be aware of what comes out of their mouths and how you feel it, how you perceive it, if it's light or heavy. If it's light, it's true for you. If it's heavy, it's not true. That doesn't mean it's not true at all, it's that it's just simply that it's not truth for you. Okay? So start playing with the lightness and heaviness and use it as a key to get to know what you know, even in the field of entities and the spirit world. Some of you have awareness of entities very subtle, very like a whisper. So having clear lightness and heaviness will allow you to perceive what you know and get clearer and clearer what's there for you and what's up with that entity that's showing up to you. Okay, so always don't trust what the entity may say to you. Trust what you perceive, what is true for you. Always be aware of what you perceive, regardless what if you feel that, if you perceive that, what the entity tells you. Okay, that's like very important, because that way you cannot be tricked. Is no, no, not even a single entity can lie to you. Not even people can lie to you. Be like clear with what is true for you, what is light for you, regardless what other entities or other people say. This is master, like gold to know. Okay, what else? Today I'd like to talk to you about also. Hmm, you can ask questions to entities. Okay, so if you perceive them, you may not have all the tools in the world right now because you've just approached talking to the entities. What is really important is that you get to know and have more information and more awareness about that entity if you ask questions. Questions, as always, open up to more awareness. Conclusions, or like, oh, this is like that, stops awareness. Okay, it closes the door to awareness. So when you're not clear, when you don't have, you have confusion, when you're like, what's happening, like, please ask a question rather than go to a conclusion. Oh, that doesn't work for me. Okay, so what's there? What information do I require here to have ease? How much more ease can I have? And you open up the doors to more awareness, more ease, and more lightness. Okay, so ask a question rather than go to a conclusion about everything. Okay, another thing is that when interacting and engaging with entities, you have to be aware that nothing and no one is more potent and has more power than you regarding you. Okay, so a lot of problems with the entity in the spiritual world is because of the fear of thinking that entities may have more power than you and they can possess you or they can have an influence on you. Actually, perceive it right now. Is it light or is it heavy? Heavy, right? Yes, awesome. So actually, nothing has more power than you except for you. So what choice, what do you choose with that entity? What do you choose in that area? What do you choose in that moment? It's up to you. So if you don't allow an entity to come very close to you, or you don't want to deal with entities in a certain moment, you can say it, okay? Okay, I'm not available now, please go away. Or please stay away until I have more information on how to deal with you. This is very important for you to have ease with all of this. It's you that are in charge. Okay, you are in charge of everything, mostly regarding you. Like, it's you. Okay, you are dealing and engaging with things, so you are the main piece. Another thing is that entities are not more aware than you. Entities are just like spirits, are just people that died. So the awareness they had when they were alive is the awareness they have even after dying. Okay, so actually, entities are maybe intelligent, maybe stupid as people. It's like not that much of a difference. Just they don't have a body anymore. So please be aware of that. And this applies the fact that the most aware being, which includes you, is the one who has more power. So you actually are the kind of the most powerful in that conversation, in that engagement, because you are the most aware. And mostly entities that come to you that want them to clear them or communicate or is they come just because they don't cannot do it by themselves. So it's actually you the powerful one, and you are in charge of delivering the message or clearing them. They come to you because you have more awareness than them, and like you can help them, you can facilitate them and clear them. As with people, like treat them as clients. Okay, so most of entities come to you to clear them. And of course there are like communication and receiving, gifting, and cooperating, but actually this is a whole world, a whole chapter that opens up as soon as you engage more with the talking to the entities tool and classes. So everything is covered in the classes, everything is covered in the books. So if you want to know more, everything is there. Okay, and it's beautiful and magic. And Shannon is like us, like through her, I could perceive really that there is magic in the world. And actually, the spirit world and the entities like bring you to a wider space of awareness where you can include more than what you see, including magic. Okay, so yes, what else? Another thing that I'd like to talk to you about today is the fact that you don't have to clear all the entities that come to your space. Okay, you don't even have to deal with all the entities that you perceive. You may perceive tons of entities. You may like have them continuously around you just because there are so many entities, like 8 times more than people of entities in the world. So if you would have to clear them or interact with each and every of them, you would be like full-time job talking to the entities, which is not what you would wish. Actually, maybe yes, but still you have a life, okay? So please be aware of that you don't have to clear, deal, or communicate with all entities you perceive. Like with people, you don't talk with all the people you meet or you see on the other side of the world. You can just perceive them and let it go, okay? Like they pass and they have their thing. So you don't have to take the task to clear all entities or to communicate with all entities. Please be aware of that. And yeah, interact with the beings that really want to interact with you. And you can even ask for like, well, we'll talk about this tomorrow because it's too much for today. And still, like, please be aware of that because if you take on the task to clear all entities, that could be kind of tough. Like, kind of impossible, but still you can try if you want, if you dare enough, and still you could change your mind. Okay, so have fun, you guys. Use the tools from today and ask questions. I'm here for that. Huge hug. See you tomorrow at 9 p.m. CET.